Yesterday, we saw the Ripple lawsuit come to a close. We saw the price of XRP shoot up as a result of that. And we also saw the Fed come out and decide that they did not, and moving closer and closer towards quantitative easing, which inevitably will end up with a rate cut in the future. What comes next for crypto? Well, I've got a couple stories that I needed to share with you guys. Here I am. I'm actually on my way out of town. I'm going out on a business trip for work for my day job. But I want to give you guys a little bit of a crypto update. Kind of off to the side here in the airport. I'm not used to doing these kind of videos, but do me a favor, tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about a couple stories I saw. First up, you know where we're at, right? We talked about XRP, we talked about the Fed, so that's behind us now, and we kind of know what's ahead. And we're probably going to get a rate cut in June. Outside of that, I want to talk about one story in particular and a few others, but I saw a story today saying that 90% of all the crypto payments that are occurring in the EU are actually coming from people buying food and shopping and groceries, which is an insane number. And it's the kind of thing that when you understand that this is actually happening, you can start to actually realize that like crypto adoption it's real. It's happening. This is a crazy statistic. Now, that being said, what percentage of people are actually using crypto? That percentage is still very small, but the percentage of people that are using crypto payments for food and groceries, it's actually a staggering number, 90%. That's a very big number. And while it is surprising, it's actually not. Because when you look at the reality of the situation that's going on right now with the regulatory climate in the US and overseas, we're talking about stories recently where Russia is using Bitcoin to do oil trade with China and India. We're talking about a time where XRP is going to be used as payments for tax refunds from the IRS. The crypto.com team, the Coinbase team, the XRP team, they're all seated at the table at the White House, putting together some of the stablecoin legislation, not CBDCs, but stablecoin regulation so that we can actually use crypto in a big way as payments. And right now, seeing this figure that 90% of the crypto payments going on in the EU are for groceries and food, it's a very interesting story, guys, and one that I'm quite optimistic about, and I'm quite excited for to see the continuing of the future for crypto. And so it's a tough market right now, and the altcoins are almost dead, absolutely struggling right now. So what can we kind of take away from everything that we're seeing, and what can we do moving forward? Well, I think history has shown us that, Bitcoin is the staple of this market. And so not having some Bitcoin in the portfolio is clearly a mistake these days. And I'm a believer where I still think we're going to see 10x, 20x, 30x, and even 50x opportunities. And I know it might not feel like any of that's possible right now, but it's not just possible, it's inevitable. Because if we're talking about a world, and this is why Bitcoin's the staple, right? But if we're talking about a world where Bitcoin is now digital gold, and it's not just me, a guy in a hat, in a hallway in an airport saying this to you, that Bitcoin is digital gold. I'm telling you that look at all the most important people in the world now. Forget me. Look at all the leaders of the biggest funds out there, like BlackRock. Look at country leaders. They're referring to Bitcoin as digital gold. If that is the case, you're going to have a market cap for Bitcoin that is above $15 trillion, okay? And if the market cap for Bitcoin is above $15 trillion, well, then that means that the total market cap would be probably around 30, maybe even $40 trillion, which is a wild figure. If Bitcoin's market cap can get to 15 trillion, then the total market cap should be at 30 trillion. Where's that math? Well, Bitcoin dominance is about 50 or 60% right now. So in fact, it'd be even higher than $30 trillion, which is just nuts to think about. And if that's the case, guys, the market is only at $3 trillion. That's a 10x on total market cap. That's a 10x for a lot of altcoins. In fact, that's 50x's, that's 100x's. There's huge opportunities out there. We're seeing DeFi continue to move in the right direction. There's been some issues with crypto.com recently in the Cronos chain and some of the validators voting and questions of if that chain's too centralized or not. Those things are going to get resolved over time. You see Uniswap that just had a nice vote to help solve some of the fee issues going on. That was a very positive vote for DeFi. We saw some of the legislation start coming out in a very positive way, but on top of that, we saw the SEC getting rid of this SEC lawsuit, getting rid of their lawsuit versus Coinbase, Robinhood, and I think there's still one outstanding against Uniswap. Inevitably, that's going to fall to the wayside. I know it's tough to be optimistic right now in crypto. If you just look at X and look at the timeline, things are pretty negative. I think things are getting a little less negative right now. But I want to remind you guys of all these very positive things and really the ceiling for growth. I mean, if again Bitcoin's going to flip gold, we've got a lot of room left to run. In terms of key levels right now, very, very important that this upcoming weekend we're keeping an eye on the weekly candles for total market cap. I've been talking a lot about that $2.6 trillion level. Right now we've got one weekly green candle bouncing off of our March 2024 highs from last year. And if we have one weekly green candle that's already closed. We are currently in another candle that is green for now. If we can get that second weekly candle green and we can really start to establish a bottom here at this price level, at this total market cap level, then I do think that the entire market is going to be due for a bounce. As quantitative tightening is kind of slowing down and they're moving away from that, and as they move towards quantitative easing, things are headed in the right direction. And you saw the language from the Fed saying exactly that. And in order to get these altcoins to rally, and in order to see this market cap go up to these levels that we're talking about, which is in the multi-trillions, we're going to need to see some rate cuts. We're going to need to see some more pro-crypto legislation. We're going to need to see excitement in this space again. And there's going to have to be some catalysts for that. And I think that they're coming, guys. If you want to do some trading for yourself, you could sign up for Blowfin using our link in the comments, in the description down below. Check it out if you haven't done so already. I'm doing trades almost every single day. And what you do there is you make a little bit of profit, and then you have more fuel to DCA into this space. I'm telling you, right now, one of my priorities is buying Bitcoin specifically, but the altcoins are in an unbelievable discount. Got a good portfolio for that right now I'm set up for, but do not forget, guys, that in the end of the day, Bitcoin is the big picture. That's all I got on this one, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. This is Crypto Report. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. DCA, HODL. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.